thank you. Thanks for that introduction and thanks for your service. I also want to acknowledge Senator Julian Garrett, who was with us at our two previous stops in Indianola and Winterstead. Now, he doesn't come up this far north, but he used to represent part of Dallas County, right? You still represent part of Dallas?
No, not now.
That used to, but not anymore. But anyway, Julian and I have known each other longer than I've known my wife. He took me to my first Republican meeting when I was a college student at the University of Iowa. Now, I read Barry Goldwater's Conscience of a Conservative in high school, but my family were all Democrats. So I actually belonged to the college Democrats my first year. I didn't agree with, well, I didn't feel welcome with that group. So Julian Garrett invited me to go to a meeting of the college Republicans, and the speaker was a young state representative named Chuck Grassley. And that's when I first met Julian, and that's how I got started in Republican politics. I got to be chairman of the college Republicans, University of Iowa, before I graduated. So we go back a long way. But also you have a number of your county Republican elected officials here. One of them, Darrell Bauman, is about ready to retire as your county treasurer. Of course, I'm working with Kim Reynolds, who's a former county treasurer, and so we all have great respect for these county treasurers. And Chad, and we also have a couple other county officials too, right?
Yeah, Trump was our auditor.
Well, we want to thank the auditor and the recorder as well as the treasurer for being here. And I want to thank all of you for coming to join us. It is an honor and a privilege to serve the people of Iowa. I got to say, I never imagined I'd be doing this again. I had 16 years and I had a great job at Des Moines University, but I couldn't stand the mess the state was in. And I had a bunch of people say, we need your experience in leadership to come back and get things back on track, balance the budget, and focus on bringing good jobs to the state. I'm proud to say that in 3.5 years, we've got the budget balanced. We've restored all the money that Culver took from the cash reserve and economic emergency account. We have a 2-year budget, 5-year projections, and the state of Iowa is now looked at as one of the best managed states in the country. Rate down by almost 30%. We brought a lot of new good companies to our state and been able to help a lot of Iowa businesses expand and grow. Just about every poll you look at says the country is going in the wrong direction and we don't have leadership. But I'm proud to say in Iowa it's the other way around. The state's going in the right direction and we made a real difference. It's a team effort. I have a great lieutenant governor. We've had great cooperation in the legislature. And I really appreciate the work they've done working with us to get the budget balanced. So I believe the future can be even brighter, especially if we can give Julian the chance to be part of the majority in the Senate. We need to pick up 2 Senate seats, hopefully win some more House seats, and we'll have a great opportunity in 2015 to do more good work. Also, I think we have the strongest statewide ticket that we've had in modern history. In addition to Kim Reynolds as Lieutenant Governor, our outstanding Secretary of Agriculture, Bill Northey's running for re-election. Former Secretary of State, Paul Bate, is back running for Secretary of State. I worked with him before. He's a great guy. Young man that's been my legislative liaison the last couple of years has done a great job. Adam Gregg is running for Attorney General. So Adam says, just think, AG, Adam Gregg, AG for AG. So, and he's a good guy. He's smart. He's a great strategist, and he works really well with people. Our present Attorney General doesn't always stick with us on key issues that are important to agriculture, like fighting for the interests of our egg producers, or things like fighting the smear campaign against lean, finely textured beef. So having an Attorney General that will be on our team, I think could be a great help. Sam Clovis, who came in second in the U.S. Senate race, is running for treasurer. And he is a former fighter pilot, I think a colonel, and also he's a PhD who teaches at Morningside College and had his own radio talk show up there, KSCJ Radio. Great guy, very smart, very articulate, did very well in the debates, and he'll be a great addition. He's running for treasurer. And so you look at it, we've got just a really strong ticket. Congressional seat is really important, and Dallas County is a very key county in this, as you know. You are the fastest growing county in Iowa, and you are, I'm starting to say, Dallas County is the antidote to Polk County. As you know, in the last election, Latham won Dallas County by about 10,000 votes, and lost Polk County by 4,000. So when you can offset Polk County, you're doing great work. And of course, I get the honor today of introducing our candidate. And you know, we had a 6-way primary, which is unbelievable. We have 6 candidates, very good candidates for Congress in this district. It just so happens that David Young is a native of Van Meter, so he's a neighbor. In fact, I remember hearing the story. Bob Feller is, of course, from Van Meter, and Niall Kinnick is from here in Adel, and they told a story about how Bob Feller pitched American Legion baseball, and Niall Kinnick was his catcher. So this county has a lot and of course you have a lot of proud history. But we are fortunate to have a candidate who I think one of the reasons why he won is he followed Reagan's principle of speak no ill of another Republican. Whereas some of the other candidates were critical of other Republicans, David ran a very positive campaign. He's got great background and experience, having worked as chief of staff for Senator Chuck Grassley. And we know that Grassley is a hard worker, goes to every county every year, and it's been a great, well, in fact, the Grassley bumper sticker says Grassley works, and nobody works harder or has a better attendance record, and really has our Iowa values. And then I think of Tom Latham, and Tom has a great demeanor and I would say temperament, and is a guy that has represented this district very well, and that's why I think David Young is a perfect person to take his place. And I can tell you that his opponent is one nasty, negative campaigner. I saw what she did in smear campaign against Julian. Now, I know Julian very well, and he is one of the nicest, politest, most mild-mannered people you've ever met. And she had the audacity to call him a shark. And actually sent a postcard out right on the eve of election. Outspending 8-1. And we also know that in the subsequent campaign, this last campaign, which she lost by a landslide, but she was one of them that was there voting for all the debt and all the excessive spending under Colton. And we don't want to go back to that kind, and certainly in Congress, where we really need to get the federal budget under control, we need a congressman that will vote with Senator Grassley and with the Republicans to get America's deficit, which is approaching $18 trillion, under control. And I think we've got the right candidate. Certainly from Dallas County, you've got a chance to have a favorite son as your congressman. And it is a privilege for me as governor to endorse and support David Young as our next congressman.
Thank you very much. You know, the governor said he hadn't planned on running again. I'm so glad that he is our governor right now. He decided to put his name back on the line. There's no better governor. He's very hardworking, very effective. Look what he's done for our state, along with folks like Ralph. Thanks for being here, Ralph. Julian, Chad, Daryl, G, thanks for coming. You know, in Iowa, we just, it's in our DNA just to work hard. The public officials can do all they can do to create an environment out there to help the economy, get folks working. But you want to know know what keeps this state and this country going is look in the mirror tonight. It's just hard work. It's you. We're just wired to get it done, and so we do. I'm so glad to be here in my home county of Dallas County. I want to say hi to Uncle Doyle and Aunt Carolyn. Spent a lot of days here out there in their horse farm, or riding a lot of mini bikes and four-wheelers around and horses. And my grandparents used to live here as well, but they've since passed. And a lot of time at the Dallas County Fair doing 4-H activities and swimming in that swimming pool because man, we didn't even have one. So you go out to the river where you took a little chance with the current, or you came to hang out. But you know, I'm a 6th-generation Iowan, and my family came out in 1881 for opportunity, this American dream, and these God-given, rights enshrined in our nation's most sacred documents. And they settled in Pocahontas County, around Brina and Fonda, and they worked on the railroad, and they farmed, and they moved their way down to Van Meter, eventually in Dallas County. My mom and dad met in junior high, and fell in love, and eventually got married. My sister, brother, and I had just a great small town life, Little League, 4-H, church camp, what have you. Stayed out of trouble for the most part. I went to Drake University, worked around Central Iowa for a little bit in Des Moines for Norwest Financial, and then I started paying attention like a lot of people do when they come out of college. They look at their paycheck, they look at rules and regulations, they look at the current affairs, and sometimes they don't like what they see. And so I went to Washington and banged on Chuck Grassley's door, and the last 7 years I've just had the honor and privilege of working for you, Iowa, in the U.S. Senate under Senator Grassley's mentorship and tutelage. And he taught me a lot. Number one, know how to listen. You hear me talking right now, but I can be no better advocate, or Senator Grassley, or any member can be no better advocate unless they know what you're thinking and know what you're saying. For the problems that there are out there, what are your solutions? How do you do this? How would you fix it? What frustrates you? What are your dreams? And so I will always listen to the people in the 3rd District of Iowa. 2, remember who your boss is. It's not party leadership. It's not the president. It's not this group, that group. It's you. It's the people that can hire you and fire you. The citizens of the 3rd District of Iowa. I will never forget that you would be my boss, and I'd be humbled to serve you in the U.S. Congress. And 3rd, as someone of faith, and a lot of you are as well, you know that every day you can get things done without selling your soul. You just do what's right. You stick to your core principles, and you don't sell out. Now, there's a lot of issues going on in Washington, a lot of challenges that we see. Some people get disgruntled, but I'm an optimistic person, and I'm very, very positive. We've been through some past challenges before, we've overcome them, and we can do it again. I talked about 3 deficits that I've seen. I talked about these in the primary, and my message doesn't change. This translates to the general as well. People are concerned about the budget deficit, the jobs deficit, and the deficit of trust in Washington, D.C. As the governor said, we're teetering on $18 trillion in debt. That's astounding. It's hard to quantify that. You have to balance your checkbook, your budget, as a family. As a business, you have to do the same. In the city, municipalities, you have to do the same. In the state, we do it here. They need to do it in Washington, D.C. We need to balance the budget amendment to the Constitution. There are other ways that you can get it, reining in federal spending. We need to audit this government, not just the Federal Reserve, but all over the federal government. We need to know where our taxpayer dollars are going, who's spending them, and how they're spending them. Changing the way we budget, make it more accountable. There's a jobs deficit we have as well. In Iowa, we're doing pretty darn good. About 4.4% unemployment. Nationally, it's 6.1%. But I tell you what, nationally, it's worse than that. Underemployment's probably double, if not triple that. We have friends, family, neighbors, folks we don't know around our state, around this country, who have just fallen out of the workforce. They've given up. We need to re-engage these people. These are our fellow citizens, and get them back into the economy, back working, a sense of self-esteem and pride back into our economy and in our hearts. We don't need to be handing 1/6 of any part of our economy over to the federal government, whether it's health care or any other sector. We need to pass the Keystone Pipeline, energy independency, national security, and jobs. And we talked about the tax code, the level of taxes that we're getting out there. The families are having to pay, sometimes 2 or 3 jobs to pay. 74,000 pages in this tax code, folks. I've said before, if you have insomnia, you cannot sleep, whip that tax code open. By the end of page 1, you'll be snoozing. But we need to make this tax code simpler to understand for the American people. Let's have the debate about the flat tax and the fair tax. Let's have leadership from a president who wants to make this a priority. Let's make it certain. Let's bring purpose to the tax code. A lot of family farms, entrepreneurs, small businesses, larger businesses, they want to play in this economy. They want to create jobs, but not knowing what the tax code is or what the rules are going to be 2 or 3 years out, they're going to sit on the sidelines. So we need certainty. And that trust deficit. Less than 10% of the American people think Congress or D.C. in general is doing a good job. I want to know who those 10% are who think they are. I'd like to question that. But we have a president who says these scandals that we're having, he says they're phony. And you know that they're not phony. You know what happened in our Veterans Administration? Backlogging of veterans health care, some people passing away, never even being seen. That's real. Those are real lives. I live in Van Meter. Every day I pass by the Iowa Veterans Cemetery, and I think about that. And I urge you to visit the Veterans Cemetery too. Our soldiers put their life on the line for our freedoms. They need to be treated better. That will work for our veterans' families. The IRS, intimidating people of faith, conservative groups, that's real. They want to know what you wanted to pray. It's none of the government's business what you pray. Benghazi, that happened. 4 Americans died. Their families need to know why that happened, how it happened. Our government needs to put those folks into accountability who allowed that to happen, who are not telling us the truth. You know, we had a Secretary of State at the time who threw up her arms and said, what difference does it make? You know it makes all the difference in the world, so this never happens again. Fast and Furious, our government was selling guns to drug lords in Mexico. That happened. They came back and they killed one of our own, Brian Terry. You know, there are tools out there to watch this government. I will give them the best constituent service I can ever give. And I will vote the right way for Iowa. When things are log jammed on the House floor, there are tools that you can use that were given by our founding fathers to watch this government and keep them accountable. It doesn't matter to me if it's a Republican or a Democrat administration, it's your government. I know those tools of oversight, investigations, to keep an eye on the government for you. It seems like the government's been watching us. They are watching us, but somebody needs to watch them, and I will use those tools, and I will watch this government. You know, they say sunlight is the best disinfectant. Well, I agree with that statement. I'll shine the light on this government for Iowa. It's an honor to be here today, having a lot of fun with the governor and going around and meeting so many friends. We have a strong ticket. You know, a strong ticket isn't always enough. You have to do the hard work. The phone calls, the door knocking, the letter writing, the word of mouth. I'm asking you to participate in it. To make sure that we win this election and that our values, our core values, are represented at every level of government here, from the local level to the state level to the federal level. It's a pleasure to be here today as a son of Dallas County. You know, there's 16 counties in this district. I call it the Sweet 16, and you will see me often, and I'd be honored to represent you in the U.S. Congress. So this is a meet and greet. We'll just meet and greet now, and I just want to thank you everybody.
Chris, I find Jody's